play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dog.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Indianapolis Colts. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Blue 30.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. 40.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs because he can really impact this offense. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Roethlisberger. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline.
Hey, Alpha.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. The free safety Malik Hooker there in coverage. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is fielded at the 27. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10. Here's the 2nd year back out of NC State, Nyheim Hines. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Hines. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now Prescott. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Prescott rolling to his right. He's got it to Hilton. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. Able to push his way through. And they're going to have poor starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, it's Conner. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Prescott to throw it. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike. Oh, he just snuck out there, and he's got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll be. In it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is counter. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. You think back to all the big games that Big Ben has had over the years in his NFL career, and numbers-wise, his biggest game came against these Indianapolis Colts. That was in October of 2014. The numbers from that, gosh, video game-like, 522 yards, 6 touchdowns, and a 51-34 Steeler win in Pittsburgh. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I got deep third.
Show that bench release and go.
Ben to throw again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It was Joe Hayden, the former Pro Bowler, that came up to get him down.
And it's 3rd down.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Prescott to throw this time. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Here's Switzer. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Forced out to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But now it's third down. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Here's Roethlisberger. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Pierre Desir able to get a hand in and make that play.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
44. Hey, box truck.
They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. Dancing to his left. And he finds McDonald. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang at Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Deontay Johnson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, so they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Black 20.
Over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Tight to the right. Move. 4 down.
Black is third.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. On the run is Conner, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Prescott. They'll roll him out right. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw it right into it for an interception.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Vance McDonald, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep open. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Right back to Connor here on first. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Prescott. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down, Colts.
If you're a fan of old-school physical football, that play was for you.
No doubt about it. That play was for anyone who likes football. He did everything properly on that one. Great contact, wrapped it up, unable to jar the ball free. The only disappointment on the play for him.
A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. This is Hines. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Prescott now. Campbell making the catch. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. So here now is Prescott as his guys will go for the 2-point conversion. The toss running left. Hines. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And, you know...
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick 6. Got an open man, it's Washington. A gain of 6 there on first.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On second down, Connor looking for space. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
from the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for two to tie the game, and it works out. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away.
The Colts take over first.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Kill.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They run with Hines. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
First down, Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Prescott now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Hines. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check three.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Taco Charlton in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. And now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Hey, Echo.
It's a safety creep. 49, check 49, check 49.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I don't know if careless is the right word there, but bottom line, here in the 4th quarter, tie game, you can't do that.
You sure can, Brandon. And not only do you give up the lead, now you've got to turn around, punt it away from your own 20 as well. So it's really a double whammy, but time's starting to become a factor.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. And it's taken in at the 9.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Prescott. Ebron's got it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now it's Hines. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Prescott off play action. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. Well, they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Roethlisberger going to get this one to Connor. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Quarter.
26 Mike. Here we go, let's bring it.
Hey, high 7.
Let's bring it.
The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Roethlisberger will hand to counter. Danico Autry is in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's going to launch it for Washington, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Roethlisberger throwing complete to McDonald. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
It doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
That's complete to his running back, Connor. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Roethlisberger. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Vinatieri now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have a decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Colts, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.